Testing, testing. Oh, hi, folks. Dave Yauk here. Saturday. It's been 6 days since I've got to work any horses because it's been raining Monday through Friday. So here I've got Miss Faye or Fable, the Palomino quarter horse there. I put a saddle on her. She bucked quite a bit on Sunday. Very defensive about the saddle. And then we got Mr. Leo. He hasn't been worked since then also. We're working together a bit in the round pen because they're buddy sour with each other. So anyhow, I figured I'd turn this on when I first started working. I just brought them down here, got my tack set up, and haven't done anything else yet. So one of the first things I'm going to do is see how it works to ask both horses to be with me. I would expect her to not be as with me so much because we just started on the leadership stuff and she was very standoffish about it. Whereas normally Mr. Leo is hooked on me, but with her here he might not be. So I'm going to offer him. And he's kind of blowing me off. I need to brush him off. He's full of dirt, and I don't want him to get sweaty mud. And you can see what Faye is doing there. And here I've just asked them to both turn and face me. They're doing it together. Yes, true love. They're actually sharing a paddock. So it's one of the reasons I'm going to start here. Yes, good kids. So they're with each other, but I also want them with me. My primary job is to get horses out of their own head and into mine, not think about themselves. And you can hear gunfire in the background. I got, a lot of hunting neighbors. And the end of September, they're getting ready for hunting season in October. It's pretty loud. I don't think it's black smoke, though. It sounds like regular rifle fire, but must be automatic rifle fire because it's coming pretty frequently. Good kids, good kids. Come on. See who's going to follow me and who isn't. Who's going to follow who? Come on. Don't care. Come on. You going to come with me, Leo? Nope, he's with her. Okay, well, I'm not going to work them till I brush them off. Like I said, don't want sweaty mud. And I do want to tack them each up today. So, we'll get this done. Good kids. Now she's initiating this. And the whole idea here is walking away does not work. But stopping, turning, and facing does. When a horse walks away from you, they're thinking about themselves. They're not asking themselves, what do you want? And so they're in their own head. You have to try and get whatever they're doing has to not work. Usually at this point they're doing miscellaneous avoidance behaviors, trying to not do what it is they think you want to do. So the idea is to change their mind about that, and they try to do things that work. Horses are conservative and not insane, which means they do things that work. If it doesn't work, they stop doing that and try something else. So if walking away from you to avoid the situation doesn't work 3 times in a row, they're going to quit it. And she's done that enough with me on last Sunday, probably, that she already knows to come in really quick. And then she's a well-handled horse by her owner. So, of course, everything is relationship. Your behavior determines on who you're with. Just like with humans, your behavior is different when you're with a judge, a policeman, your spouse, your kids, the crazy uncle, someone you don't know, strangers. You know, all those behaviors are dependent on who you're with in terms of what you do and how you talk and how you behave. Well, horses, it's like that too, but it's even more so because they have number hierarchies, and their behavior is determined by their number in that hierarchy, and what your number is. It defines their behaviors for them. So the whole idea, of course, is you need your behavior to be, your priority to be higher in the herd, except I don't believe in that whole herd thing with humans. I'm outside the herd. I'm more like God or a stallion. Stallions own the mares in a herd. They do not have a number in the herd. They are outside the herd. Although they're with it, they go wherever alpha mare goes. But so I want to be treated outside of the herd as an independent agent and treated more like God. Dude, one side of you is just covered with dirt. Thank you. This is why you use round pens, because he's trying to get away from me, and it didn't work. So going with him, and then when he stops, I stop, and I'm going to step away to create passive leadership. And he's going to ignore me, a little active leadership, switch it to passive leadership, turn it off, he ignores me, turn it back on, turn it off. So I'm alternating between active and passive leadership. The passive leadership is about offering peace when they're with me. The active leadership is about, here's what I need you to do, or here's the consequences. And with horses, it mostly involves their feet, moving their feet. What a mess, dude. Yeah, that was a good roll in the mud. Well, that's probably his fly system. Flies are bothering him, so he's getting the mud to get a coat of mud between you and the flies. That's just a smart horse. Hey, I'm not talking to you. Hey, excuse you. Good, good. I know the filly has you temporarily insane. It happens to all of us guys. Pretty girl walks in the bar, you got 10 guys in there, game's on, fight's on. Yeah. As soon as I get all this mud off, I'll fly spray you guys. No point in putting mud fly spray on dirt and making it mud, huh? Oh, I gotta breathe all that dust in. Yikes! Nice face. Yeah, you laid down on this whole half of your body, didn't you? Had a little good rub in the mud. Good boy. Again, I like to do all this stuff at Liberty. When a horse is at Liberty, they vote with their feet. They tell you exactly how they feel. They don't lie about it. As soon as you put a halter, lead line, bridle on, they know they are physically restrained and have limited choices. That limits their options. So you don't get to see the true horse and what they really think and really feel. They know their options are restricted. So you work at Liberty, they give you more accurate feedback in terms of how they're learning and how you're doing to help them learn. And with two horses in here, it can give me an idea of our hierarchy and who's more important to them. And this guy has a herd sourness problem with horses on the trail. I found out. I took him on his first trail ride, and it's pretty bad with him. Even though we had a very strong relationship, he completely blew off that relationship in favor of the other horse. So I have to help him understand that horses are more useful to him than another horse. And he may never have had an effective leadership fall or relationship with a human before. So he doesn't understand the advantages. Yeah, that's a lot of flies on your belly, honey. We're just about there. That'll work. Good girl. Okay, let's get you guys fly spray. He's got a sensitive skin. I confirmed his owner make custom fly spray for him because if you use fly spray with poison, he breaks out in hives. And I definitely know that's true because it wasn't working all that good. And the other day, and so I put regular fly spray on him, and yes, he broke out in hives the next day. So she thinks she's using him as a shield. It doesn't work with me. That does work with me. Turn and face. Good. I need to give her a little quit session here so she can learn from that. Learning doesn't take place while they're doing, it takes place afterwards. You got to give them a chance to digest and internalize what just happened. Greatly. Good. 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 No, you just showed me you didn't like this, and you came to me. I don't want to punish you for coming to me, but I need to get some fly spray on you, girlfriend. Good. 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 You're okay. No hiding behind him. You're a good girl. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm holding her nose a little bit to help her out, to get her over a hump, and then I'm rubbing the bottle on her because she was worried about the bottle. Now I'm going to spray slightly, briefly, till she can relax. I'm going to spray again. Quit. You don't want to sustain something they don't like. Just get there, get out of there. Might not be able to see that because there's a lot of things between her. Okay. You're okay. You're okay. Excuse you. Beat it. Thank you. There you go. See how that worked? Yes. Sorry, I was bugging you there. I know I was physically restraining you. Sometimes we're caught between get or done and teaching and learning. But also, there's a lot of principles in behavioral science. One's called flooding or saturation. And this is a variation on that. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Don't you even! Right there, she thought about getting aggressive with me and even kicking me. Don't want to see the ass. Turn it around. Come on. There you go. Good. Try it again. Try it again. There you go. Hey. You're good. You're good. I know. I can't spray you with this. Hey. Come on in. Thank you. Okay, so I kind of look at all them dapples. Good. Every time they're thinking about you, you want to give them a release because there's nothing you want more than the horse thinking about you. Right now, there's a piece of her thinking about me. You can watch the right ear on me and the left ear is inside her own head. And that's the two different brains talking back and forth. She licked and chewed, so she let go of some anxiety. There's another one. And it also allows her to think and internalize what's going on here as a lesson to learn. Good. Good job, Leo. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Not that big of a deal. Thank you. I'm going to rub this on your shoulder. Don't you even. Don't want to talk to that end. Thank you. Good. Not. Good. Not. Hey. Good. There you go. So I thought I'd record while I'm grooming and fly spraying and stuff. And you might be able to learn something to do, learn something not to do, learn how to interact with a horse. It's really hard to get timing down from videos. Teaching is experience-based. You need to do it and get the feedback and modify, adjust, adapt so that your student learns the most they can in the shortest amount of time. Good. I mostly got her. I don't see any more flies on this side of her. I have a prospective client that talked to me about desensitizing, specifically using pool noodles, and I sent her some videos on people flagging. I'm going to flag her. He's going to end up flagged too, but she is the object of my attention, not him. He can do whatever he wants. When he figures out I don't want him, he'll probably stand behind me, facing me, and not move. Good. I'd rather that they were on opposite sides, but it's okay right now. There. I did that because she was hooked to him. I want her hooked on me, even if they're standing next to each other. Good. Good. So what I'm doing with this flag, I'm not desensitizing. I'm teaching a lesson called Spook in Place. It's a higher level lesson than don't be afraid of this thing. If you're going to be sitting on a horse, there's a billion things in this world that could scare it that it hasn't met. And depending on how it's feeling and what's going on in its life, you have very small emotional jars. When that emotional jar gets filled up, a sparrow jumping out of a bush can spook your horse. So we want to make that jar bigger and bigger and bigger, and we want to teach them how to empty that jar on their own. I call that emotional auto-regulation. So teaching them, well, I want to overwrite their natural flee instinct. They need to know what I expect them to do when they're scared shitless. How do you teach that? You need to scare them and teach them what to do. So I want to overwrite their flee instinct when they're afraid to the following. When you're afraid, lock your legs. Don't move. Except turn and face the thing you're afraid of. Then turn to your human and ask them what to do about it. The reason I want them to turn and face is everything I do is about riding the horse. If I'm on the horse and they're afraid of something, the worst orientation they can have is their butt facing the thing they're afraid of. It's going to stimulate bolting and fleeing. Whereas if they're facing it, they have to spin first. But I need to see the thing they're afraid of so I can make a judgment. Crazy man with chainsaw, maybe we want to leave. Bear, we definitely want to slowly back away, turn around, and walk away. I don't want to see a bear. I don't want anything to do with a bear. Okay, so I want my horse to stop, turn and face, so I'm on them, I can see what they're afraid of, and then turn to me and say, dude, what do we do about this? And 99 out of 100 times, I turn to the horse and say, don't care about that, which means I can kill anything that is going to bother you, except the bear. So anyhow, I know people say you shouldn't scare horses, Well, there's a method to scaring the horse that while you're deliberately scaring them, you're also looking in their eyes and you're in front of their drive line, and the whole time that they might be running away, you're not chasing them, you're telling them to stop, turn and face. And then when they stop, you immediately quit. And at first I walk away. So that spook and place lesson is more important than desensitizing. Now, in the process of using this flag to potentially induce fear and teach the spook, there's the spook in place right there, and you can see what I'm doing about it. Again, quit earlier, quit faster, quit longer. The quitting is when they learn. If you don't quit, if I just stand there shaking this, I am going to just scare her and make her more afraid of things and make her more high-strung. There's John Lyons has a great series of 3 things that you should look for to evaluate whether training is good training or not good training. The first one is people shouldn't get hurt. If something that's going on looks like a person's going to get hurt, my favorite one is, let's just jump on this bronc and you got a ground handler holding their hand on a lead line. I'm going to jump on this unbroke horse and kick it with my legs. Humans are going to get hurt. The guy holding the lead line is a joke. That horse is going to pull that lead line out of their hands and take off bucking, dragging that lead line around. So, not good training. Okay, next one. Horses shouldn't get hurt. If things are going in a direction that a horse might get hurt, you need to stop and reassess. Just like if it looks like a human's going to get hurt, you need to full stop immediately and reassess what's going on. Okay? Horses shouldn't get hurt. The third criteria that he uses, a horse should be more calm at the end of training session. I break down my training sessions into micro sessions. I have little instances where they are calm. They're excited, then they're calm. They're excited, then they're calm. Every time they're calm, they're learning something. They're soaking. Okay? I also am doing something I call yo-yoing their emotions. If all I do is get real sneaky and real calm all the time, they don't know how to bring their own emotions down or choose how they feel. I want to take a horse's emotions up, bring them down, take them up, bring them down. They're going to see the difference between how they feel when they're high and how they feel when they're low and at peace, and they're going to learn to choose the peace. It's different than desensitizing. It's different than spooking in place. I call it yo-yoing your emotions. So you can see I'm focused on her head and her eyes and her nose. I'm not chasing her. Now, because Leo is not the object of this, he might end up getting desensitized to it. Because the timing with me doing this has nothing to do with him. He knows that. I'm not looking at him. He'll figure it out. Good. Ah, ah, ah! She didn't stop because she was seeking out him. She was going to look for him for help. When she pauses, I pause. Oh, Leo, I didn't fly spray you yet. I'm an idiot. Although he's moving around, so he's losing the flies, but still. I fly sprayed her and jumped in on stuff. Hey, Leo. Come on in. Bring it in. You're okay. You're okay, too. You're okay. This isn't for you. There you go. Don't do that. You like to get kicked in the head by steel shoes. Good. Oh! Oh, so good boy. Good boy. Yeah, he's had a lot more lessons than her. And I don't have my gloves. Must be in the truck. Good job right there. Okay, back to spook in place. My flags. This is what happens when you let your gelding in your arena and your flag's hanging on your round pen. Yeah, I have a goofy boy and he just kind of grabbed it and ripped it up. I think Sammy might have done some of this too. Good. You're okay. And every once in a while when I quit like that, I want to come in and offer peace with me near them. And you can see what she thought of that. I'm going to say, no, don't want that end here. Bring that other end. Think about me. Don't think about you. Don't even. Nope. I need that head. Thank you. There we go. Nope. Good. 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 You're okay. You're okay. I know she's not facing me. Ah. Good. You're okay. You're okay. Come on down here. Come on down here. Don't care about him. Don't care about him. Come on down here. Hey, not optional. Come on. Well, that dented my hat. Good. Good. Well, he's moving pretty good today. You're okay, Leo. None of this is about you. Matter of fact, clear off. Thank you. Not you. There you go. Good. Good boy. Good. You're okay. You're just supposed to be an observer here. Don't care about them. Oh, it's a good boy. There you go. Because she's had a lot of difficulty turning and facing me, she likes to stand sideways to me. I'm giving her a really big release. Anytime there's something's difficult for a horse to do, when you quit, make it a big quit. Shoot, I've been on their back trying to get something, and they give it to me for the first time after trying really hard to get it, and it was hard for them. I'll jump off that horse, take their bridle off, and walk away. I might not stay away, and I might go back and put the bridle back on. But that statement is a big statement to the horse. They're like, yo, what'd I do to make that happen? I want that to happen some more. Hey, not him! You're okay. Not him. Not him! There you go. Good boy. Good girl. There you go. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. I personally don't think you should ever do spook in place unless you're at liberty in a round pen. Anytime the horse is physically restrained by a bridle or a halter and lead line, their choices are limited, and they're thinking and making decisions differently. All I can say is if you don't have a round pen, do it in a small paddock. It doesn't have to be round. Just got to be careful they can't jump out of it. This is 6 foot tall. They could try. Only 2 horses have tried. Didn't make it. Good. So right there, she took a while. She finally made a decision. She's very hesitant to make decisions with me. Not him! Not him! You're okay, Leo. So she keeps choosing him over me. It's funny. On the trail, I'm worried about him being Buddy Sour because he's demonstrated it. She is more hooked on him than he is on her in the paddock. She's more worried about where he is. It's okay for her to leave him, but it's not okay for him to leave her. Good. You're okay. You zoned out there because I'm not paying attention to you, huh? Yeah. I wish my pasture could dry out so I could mow it. Needs to get mowed pretty bad. How you doing, girl? Okay, just stand right there. Hope. Stand. No. Back it up. Stand. Notice every time she's going to turn and face, she turns right. Also notice most of her mane is on her right side of her neck. It indicates the hair falls away from bigger, bulkier muscles. The left side of her neck is stronger than the right side of her neck, which makes her left-handed. That means that her left shoulder is stronger than her right shoulder. Just a little bit, just enough to push the hair away. And horses are diagonal, which means, and 80% of horses are left-handed, so she's normal. 20% are right-handed, about. And you could see part of his mane falls on one side. He is more ambidextrous than the average horse. But because they're diagonal and she's left-handed in the front, her right rear is stronger than her left rear, which means she's going to favor left leads, like 80% of horses. And that's why racetracks are left-hand turns, because 80% of horses running on them are going to be running faster because they're left-handed. Interesting little. It's okay. It's okay. Don't even. Don't even. Don't you walk away from me. Thank you. I need both brains, both eyes, both ears. Thank you. Good. There's a lick and chew. It's interesting. I don't like the word stubborn with horses. Horses that people say are stubborn, I meet them and I go, this is an extremely intelligent horse. So they're acting like they're stubborn in a human sense because they're deliberately not doing what you want them to do. Well, because they're so smart, they have a list of avoidance strategies that when you tell them to do something, they're going, well, that's what you want in your world, but that's not what I want to do in my world. So here's what I'm going to do instead. And what they're doing works for them. So, however, this horse is very interesting because she does not want to yield herself to me. And so she does come across as being stubborn. She tries not to do the easiest thing. So the trick there is don't quit. Be persistent be consistent. Somebody, one of the famous trainers uses the list of sistences. He's got a list of 5 words. I don't remember who that is, but he's right. I mean, I know 2 of them are consistent and persistent. I don't remember what the other ones are, but you can see as I close in, she wants to avoid my physical proximity. I did that because her butt was facing me, and I don't want her butt facing me, ever, unless I ask it for it. Good. Now, this has been very hard for her, so I wanted to give her a release, and you can see offering peace to her is weird. She doesn't really accept the peace. She kind of acts a little unsocialized at times. And we do have to be careful anthropomorphizing. This is not a human. We start talking about emotions. They may have emotions that we don't even have words for, and we might put our emotions on them, and that emotion might not even exist in their world. So, it's what we do to try and understand and interact and communicate with a different species. And that's okay. But you can see she's struggling with this. Don't know why. So, like the first day when I went to catch her or interact with her, she didn't want me near her. She walked away. I had to work with her a little bit until she'd stand still and I could approach her. And I think this might be left over from flagging her, using the spook in place and deliberately scaring her. Depends on what their experiences are with people. People can do funny things, and sometimes they're well-intentioned, but they don't have the timing down, or they just don't know what they're doing. And early in her life, somebody may have interacted with her in an odd sort of way that caused her to not trust people. Or, again, at the risk of anthropomorphizing, I feel like she is resisting is the wrong word. Kind of taking it personally. So I closed in this time, and you can see my proximity to her raises her anxiety. So I need to apply a lot more passive leadership here to her. Good. You're okay. Don't! You see a little hitch in her rear end right there? That was a thought about kicking me because I'm in range. Don't! This is a difficult horse. My job is to change how she feels so she can think clearly and make good decisions and respond to requests and voluntarily yield her will to mine. That's what I'm looking for. For her, that all is a lot harder than the average horse. So I have to find it within me to figure out what she needs from me to be able to Accept that. Not her fault. I'm going to offer a truce because she accepted it. I'm walking away. I need to teach her the power of that peace. She doesn't get it. She doesn't understand it. And some of this might be about him. Oh, my horses came up. I mean, one could say this would be better to do this without him here, because then she'd be able to concentrate on me better. But here's my point of why I'm not doing that. I always take worst case. Because this is hard for her, yes, it's going to be harder for me to get what I need from her and to teach her with him here. It sucks to be me. Both of these horses need to learn to accept the human over other horses. Every horse needs to learn that. But these two are well out on the edges of a bell curve. And you know, if she was so hard that I couldn't do this, then I'd change things, and he'd go back in the paddock, and I'd work with her individually. But a whole bunch of her brain is on him and on my horses that are coming up from down below. Good. 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 Don't put your ears back like that. Don't. Good. You can do it. There you go. Oh, bot flies buzzing around her. Great. Yeah, you get it, girlfriend. She's trying to run from the bot fly. That's actually a really smart thing to do. She's avoiding getting eggs laid on her. I'm going to go ahead and catch her and see if I can spray that bot fly with some fly spray and kill it. With her loose like that, she's not going to let me grab it. It's probably going to switch between them. Yeah, now it's on him. You're okay. You're okay. So for now we get to see, since she won't even let me near her this second, how to work with a horse that doesn't want to be caught. Good. 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 Don't you even. Good. You need to give them feedback when you know what they're thinking about to change what they're thinking about. Don't wait for it to become a behavior. Right there, she was definitely gave me warnings, and if I didn't accept the warnings, she would have kicked. But instead of accepting the warning, I told her, you don't kick God. Good. Good. I'm saying good because she's trying to drop her nose like that. That's something I want really, really bad, is for her to drop her nose. because that's going to help her lose anxiety and control the way she feels. Now that butterfly isn't hanging around her anymore. I'm going to come over here and pet her shoulder if she'll let me. There you go. So that means that butterfly is probably on him. Good. Just look at you. I hate butterflies. Did it leave? Huh. Not buzzing around you either. Good. Okay, I can put this away. I could have put that on her right then, but I didn't need to without that fly here. Okay, well, what I really need to do is put a saddle and tack on her. Do I want to leave him here or not? I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah, are you two hooked enough? Leo, I'm going to need you to leave, son. Thank you. Hey, Striker. How they hanging? Turn and face. Ah, ah, ah. Hey. Good. 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 So I had it all the way open. This is too much pressure on her, so I'm gonna make it smaller. See if that'll help her out. I kind of sensitized her to me. And I know I was using the flag and I quit using the flag because I want to get tack on her. Maybe use the flag with tack on her. She needs to wear tack. Now I don't want that pad to fall off. I don't want her to walk around with it on. I don't want her to learn that moving gets it to fall off. You're okay. You're okay. Oops. That was okay. That was my fault. And it falling is not a bad thing for it to startle her. There you go. Now right there I made a mistake. When she turned and faced and stopped, I should have backed away or even turned around and walked away. I missed an opportunity. You're okay, Leo. Good. Don't care about them. Yeah, I don't care about them. Oh, hey, Striker. he's kind of cute. Yeah, you're kind of cute. I bet you could use some fly spray. Little timeout. I guess I probably better reset that camera. Try not to make these longer than an hour. I didn't keep track of when we started. Here, let me reset that. Yeah, 55.